Hey everyone, it's Carissa Wiley at sprinkledwithglitter.com. Thanks for joining me today. Today I am creating with the brand new February 2026 release from Pretty Pink Posh. I wanted to let you know that this video is a part of a video hop happening today celebrating this new release, and there are prizes to be had, so be sure to check the YouTube description below. Now here's a look at the products that I'll actually be using in today's project. This is the Easter Banner Greetings stamp set and Coordinating Banner Greetings 3 die set. I love me a good banner. I also have the Spring Holder Editions die set, which this coordinates with any of the holder dies from Pretty Pink Posh. And I'll also be using the Stitch Spring Flowers dies. Now, in addition, there are several other products available in this release, and I wanted to give you a quick look at the products that I have on hand. There's a lot of fun things, including this chick holder. There's also a chick shaker and a watering can shaker, daffodil shaker, but keep in mind that any of these shaker dies can also be used as a standalone element die as well. I will be sharing more inspiration from this release in future YouTube videos, so be sure to look out for that. And I will have links to this release in the YouTube description below. Now I'm going to start out this video by creating all of my die cuts, and then I want to show you how I'm going to use some of the brand new stencils from this release to create texture in two different ways. I'll be using this color palette here. I have Ballet Slipper, Fig, Briar Rose, Honeycomb, and Pistachio to create a fun spring themed card. I think this could also be a really cute baby card. I will be die cutting all of the dies from white cardstock today. Now, when you create die cuts with white cardstock and do some ink blending, you actually get a little bit softer version of the color than if you're cutting them from the solid cardstock. So it's a fun way to kind of change up the way a die cut might look by die cutting it from some white cardstock and then ink blending on top rather than using the solid colored cardstock. You could also die cut these from solid colored cardstock and do a little shading with some ink blending on some of the shadow areas of these die cuts. So you can see that when I lay these out on my grip mat, I'm actually laying them out in color zones. So I have my yellow color zone, I have my green color zone. I did bring a little avocado ink in for a little darker shading on some of the leaves. And then I am blending my umbrella. I have the left side done in Briar Rose, the center section done in Ballet Slipper, and the right section I will blend in Fig. Then the remaining florals, I will blend those using the Briar Rose ink and the Ballet Slipper ink to kind of bring in more of the purple. Now the Fig is my most intense color, so I used that in the smallest amounts, but I did want a kind of deeper, darker purple to bring this palette together. Once I ink blended all the die cut pieces, I removed them from the grip mat using some tweezers just to keep my fingers clean. And now I'm assembling the umbrella by adding some liquid glue to the base piece and then puzzle piecing these top pieces on. Now I have to be honest, I could have done a better job lining these up. I don't think I used enough liquid glue to slip these around properly, but I still think the card turned out beautifully. I die cut the umbrella handle from some wheat cardstock and I doubled that up to give it a little sturdiness because it is going to be kind of popped up off the base layer of the card. And then the little button for the top of the umbrella, I die cut that from some champagne foil cardstock and adhered that to my umbrella. Now I was just kind of laying out the floral pieces inside of the umbrella on this A2 size card panel to get a feel for where I was going. And once I knew that I liked the idea of this umbrella filled with florals and Easter eggs, I went ahead and started arranging them. A lot of times I'll add some liquid glue to the back and kind of tuck in my greenery pieces. I did add some pieces to the front as well with some foam adhesive. Now that I have my umbrella kind of done, that's my focal point, I'm going to work on my sentiment. I'm prepping a piece of vellum with some powder tool and inking up one of the Easter banner greetings in some Versamark ink and stamping that onto the vellum. I then added some white embossing powder and heat set that from the back using a heat tool. And once that was kind of set up and cooled down, I grabbed one of the Banner Greetings 3 dies and ran that through my die cut machine to create the perfect banner greeting. Now I also die cut an eyelet rectangle. This is from an older Pretty Pink Posh release, and I die cut that from some sea glass cardstock, and I'm masking off the outer eyelet portion. So there's a stitched border and an eyelet portion. At that stitched border, I'm just adding some plain paper, and my grip mat is holding that plain paper in place. And then I'm going to take and add some pearl colored relief paste over the stencil. Now, this is one of the 2 ways that I'm adding texture with the stencil today. And because this is a relief paste that will dry dimensional, this is actually going to give a raised effect to all of these raindrops. Now you can see I did not actually secure the stencil in place, and I have regrets about that. Some of my paste kind of seeped under the stencil because it lifted as I was applying the paste, but in the end, it was a beautiful result, and now I have these gorgeous pearlescent and raised drops on my cardstock. Now, I set that aside and went and had lunch and then came back, and this was dry, so I knew I was ready to assemble everything. I added this umbrella onto this rectangle using some foam adhesive, so to give it a little bit more dimension. And then I added my banner greeting with little tiny pieces of foam adhesive over the bottom of this umbrella area. And then I added a few sparkling clear confetti pieces to the arrangement. So I started up at the top with the raindrops and kind of brought it down through that floral arrangement and finished off at the bottom of the umbrella. Now, the next way I'm going to add texture with a stencil is by embossing with the stencil. So to do this, I'm going to replace the magnetic mat in my Anna Griffin Empress cutting sandwich with the silicone mat that's included. I ran that through my die cut machine, and that created an embossed panel using that stencil, and I love the way this looks with the 2 textures mixed together. The key to this is making sure that your cardstock is up against that silicone mat. You want the back side of your cardstock on the silicone mat when you run it through your die cut machine. I added a couple more florals on the lower left side of that umbrella and then finished my die cuts off with some white gel pen details. This is a Jelly Roll, I believe number 10 pen. It's a white gel pen, and it's fun to have on hand for adding these little highlight details on your die cut pieces. So there you have it, a couple of fun ways to add texture to your card using stencils. I love this spring floral design, and this would be an adorable baby shower card as well. You could change it to pinks and blues, or you could even use this color scheme here and change up the sentiment to create an adorable baby shower card. I absolutely love all the texture and the shine on this card that was created with the relief paste and the sparkling clear confetti. It just really grabs the eye. Now, as always, I will have links to the featured products used in this project in the YouTube description below. So if you're looking for something in particular, be sure you check there. Or you can head on over to my coordinating blog post, and I'll have that linked in the YouTube description below. Over there, you're going to find more still shots, more information, and a complete list of supplies. Don't forget to join us on this video hop celebrating this brand new release from Pretty Pink Posh. There are prizes to be had, so check the YouTube description below for all the details on that. Finally, I want to say thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I'm so glad you're here. Leave me a comment below and say hi. I love it when you guys do that. I hope while you were here, you found a little joy, a little light, and a little inspiration for your card making journey. I really appreciate you being here. And until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.